Our two examples are coming from Multiplying Binomials and Binomials binder notes. We're going to look at example 2 first. Example 2 is the quantity a squared minus ab raised to the second power. What I have to realize here is what this exponent is telling me. This exponent of 2 is telling me that the quantity a squared minus ab is a factor 2 times. So let's write that. The quantity a squared minus ab is a factor 2 times. I now have a binomial times a binomial. We will use a method known as the full method to multiply two binomials. F, O, I, L. First, we multiply the first terms in each binomial. A squared times a squared. I have like bases, so I keep the base and I add the exponents. 2 plus 2, which is 4. O. O stands for outer. A squared times negative AB. I know that a positive times a negative is a negative. I have like bases, so I keep the like bases and I add the exponents. 2 plus an understood 1 is 3. I stands for inner. Negative AB times a squared. Negative AB times a squared. A negative times a positive is a negative. I keep my like bases and I add the exponents. A to the understood first power times a squared will be a cubed, and then I just keep my b. L stands for last terms. I multiply negative AB times negative AB. A negative times a negative is a positive. Keep my bases and add my exponents. Notice that we made our little man face, but we have to remember his little dimple of a plus sign. That means we need to add our like terms. My like terms that I see are negative a cubed b and negative a cubed b. Those are the only like terms for me to combine. So I now have a to the fourth power. I combine my like terms to get negative 2 a to the third power b. And then I just bring down my plus a squared b squared. There are no other like terms for me to combine, so my solution is a to the fourth power minus 2a cubed b plus a squared b squared. Let's try number 3. For number 3, I have the quantity 6d cubed into the 7th power minus 3d times the quantity 6d cubed into the 7th power plus 3d. Again, I'm going to use the FOIL method. Multiply the first terms, outer terms, inner terms, last terms. The first term in my first binomial is 6d cubed into the 7th power, and the first term in my second binomial is 6d cubed into the 7th power. So we'll multiply these. Start off with your coefficients. 6 times 6 is 36. Keep your like bases and add their exponents. 3 plus 3 is 6. 7 plus 7 is 14. That's the first terms. O stands for outer. See how 6d cubed into 7th power is the outer term on the left, and 3d is the outer term on the right? We'll multiply those two together. Start off with your coefficients. 6 times 3, which is 18. Keep your like bases and add the exponents. 3 plus an understood 1 is 4. You do not have another n, so you just keep the 7. I stands for inner, your inner terms. Negative 3d and 6d cubed n to the 7th power are the inside of your product. So start off by multiplying your coefficients. Negative 3 times 6, which is negative 18. Keep your like bases, d and n, and add your exponents. Finally, we have our last terms. The last term in your second binomial is negative 3d. The last term in your second binomial is 3d. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. And d times d is 9 squared. Don't forget about your little man's dimple. We have to add the like bases. My like bases are 18 d to the 4th power n to the 7th power and negative 18 d to the 4th power n to the 7th power. Notice that you have a positive 18 plus a negative 18. They're going to cancel each other out. So you're left with 36 d to the 6th power n to the 14th power minus 9d squared. This is your solution for example number 3.